channel, where English learning becomes an unforgettable adventure. Today, we begin the incredible life story of one of the greatest leaders in history, Nelson Mandela. This is not just a story, it's a journey of hope, courage, and determination. Listening to this story will help you improve your English vocabulary, pronunciation, and listening skills. But more than that, it will inspire you to dream big and never give up, no matter how hard life gets. So, get ready for the most powerful and most motivational story you've ever heard. Let's start the journey of Nelson Mandela, a man who changed the world. Nelson Mandela was born on July 18, 1918, in a small, quiet village called Mvezo in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. His birth name was Rolihlahla Mandela, which in the Xhosa language means pulling the branch of a tree. Some people also say it means troublemaker, a name that would later reflect his boldness in challenging injustice. He was born into the Thembu royal family, a tribe known for its rich history and culture. His father, Gadla Henry Mphakanyiswa, was a respected chief and advisor to the Thembu king. Although Mandela's family was not wealthy, they were deeply respected in the community. His mother, Nosekeni Fanny, was a devout Christian who taught him the importance of kindness, humility, and faith. Mandela's childhood was simple but filled with joy. He lived in a hut made of mud and straw, surrounded by open fields and rolling hills. There was no electricity, no running water, and no modern luxuries, but Mandela felt free and happy. As a young boy, he loved to run barefoot in the fields, herd cattle, and swim in the streams. He played traditional Xhosa games with his friends and listened to elders tell stories around the fire at night. These stories, often about brave warriors and leaders, ignited a spark in young Mandela's heart. One day his father told him, "A real leader is not someone who wants power for himself, but someone who serves his people." These words stayed with Mandela throughout his life. When Mandela was only 9 years old, tragedy struck. His father fell ill and passed away. This was a devastating loss for the young boy, but it also marked a turning point in his life. After his father's death, Mandela's mother took him to live with Chief Jongintaba Dalindyebo, a royal leader of the Thembu people. Chief Jongintaba welcomed Mandela into his home as if he were his own son. For the first time, Mandela saw a life beyond his small village. He lived in the chief's palace, where he observed meetings and learned about leadership, tradition, and responsibility. Mandela began attending a local Methodist school at the age of 7. It was here that his teacher, Miss Madingain, gave him the name Nelson, as was the custom for African children to be given English names in schools. Although Mandela did not understand why he needed a new name, he accepted it and focused on his studies. He quickly became a diligent student, curious about everything he learned. He loved English literature, geography, and history, especially stories of African heroes who fought against colonial rule. Mandela often said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." This belief drove him to study harder and dream bigger. As Mandela grew older, he became more aware of the inequalities around him. South Africa was ruled by the system of apartheid, which kept black and white people separated in every part of life. Black people were not allowed to vote, own land, or live in the same neighborhoods as white people. Mandela could see the unfairness everywhere. At the age of 16, Mandela participated in a traditional Xhosa ceremony where boys became men. During the ceremony, elders spoke about the responsibilities of manhood, but they also shared their sadness about the state of their people under apartheid. Mandela felt a deep sense of duty to fight for justice and equality. When Mandela was 19 years old, Chief Jongintaba arranged a marriage for him. But Mandela had other dreams. He wanted to continue his education and make his own choices. So he made a bold decision. He ran away to the bustling city of Johannesburg. In Johannesburg, Mandela saw a completely different world. The city was vibrant, but full of challenges. Black people worked hard for very little pay and lived in poor conditions, while white people enjoyed all the wealth and privilege. Mandela worked as a night watchman at a gold mine while continuing his education. He lived in a small, crowded room and often went hungry, but he never gave up. He believed that education would open doors to a better future. Mandela eventually enrolled at the University of Witwatersrand, where he studied law. He was one of the few black students in the university and faced discrimination, but this only made him stronger. During this time,